to the Men Chase Geese. Anyway, so today we're going to do this review is on we're making it into an arc because I think it is kind of an arc. We kind of agree it's an arc. Massacre and Bounty, which is on disc 4. We're finishing up season 4, and we think it's an arc. Anyway, Massacre is, first of all, this arc gets a 5. It's brilliantly done. The next 4 episodes, in point of fact, they're all in red. Like red is a prominent color, and they even make note of that in the title of one of them. I think it was in Bounty or whatever it was, where they had red in Star Wars in red. So they're trying to show you because red's
Sith color.
But it's also they're trying to show that but it's really red. So it really has an effect on the show. These episodes are probably these whole 4, which we'll do the review with the other group after, which is Massacre, Bounty, Brothers, and Revenge. All one word. Actually, I think it's probably the only time you see one word, like 4 one words in a row as far as like titles. They're brilliantly done, and they're very serious shows. And you see, well, I was trying to tell him for the longest time that it really gets better, especially when it gets like season 3, especially season 4. You see it, and there's no comedy, there's no nothing. It's just a relentless. I don't know what kid would watch this, by the way. I think someone would be terrifying. I wouldn't watch it. I would be scared to hell if I was 10 to watch it. Anyway, I loved it a lot. I thought it was really extremely well done. Massacre. You see Ventress reborn, and you see this brilliant battle, brilliant battle between the Separatists and the witches of Dathomir, and it's just extremely well done. Now you realize that, and what I liked about it, I was telling him, is the relentless nature of the machines. You see, and I think he uses, in my opinion, he kind of skates on iconography from, like, I would say, the kind of Lord of the Rings trilogy a little bit, because you have this kind of technology versus witches who are using. They're the only like force users that use like real spells. The other ones just we're gonna do what we're gonna do, but whether they're Jedi or Sith. But the witches are kind of in between, and they use the spells for everything. So they only have to go incantation and the whole thing. I'm not sure if it's a lot of rigmarole or whatever, but they it's part of their method, and so they set themselves up as kind of this natural world, or dark natural world, if you want to put it. But they come in and they use magic all the time to bring back the dead, which again, kind of like I think I saw that in Lord of the Rings. I think he escapes a lot of that. But the machines are what's, to me, that's what is unbelievably impressive, because they are shown as what they are, machines. They are this relentless force that comes in there and just destroys everything. It doesn't matter how powerful that Mother Townsend is. It doesn't matter that they're all force users. It doesn't matter that they're illusions they have. It doesn't matter anything they do. It doesn't matter to the machines. Machines just go right on killing them. And they don't care if they're killing the undead ones. They'll rip them apart, and they do. They don't care. And there's more, and no matter how many they destroy, there's another 1,000 more to come. So they don't care. And they don't care. They go up to the oldest, wisest of the Night Sisters and just kill her. They don't care that she's the oldest, wise. They're not impressed. Whereas everybody else would be kind of impressed. Oh, she must be very. No, they don't care. They don't care. Then they go after other towns and just shoot. They just go out and shoot her. And they don't care. They don't care. And then you see Grievous in his element, probably most element that he's ever been in the entire series, where you see what a machine he is. He doesn't care either. They don't care, and there's just this.
The only one affected by it is Dooku himself.
Yeah.
He's getting turned into a voodoo doll.
And he's because he's human, see?
And so he's the weakest link in this situation.
Yeah, but nobody else, because the machines couldn't give a damn.
Exactly.
And it's just, so you see Grievous' relentlessness of the machine. They burn the forest, they destroy it, and it's really like watching an army of Terminators, and this the way they set it up in this particular episode. And you see it, and it's just wow. It's really, again, the battle's stunning, but this iconography and system they set up, is really interesting to watch. I can watch it again. It's really interesting, and it's to see again on one side you see this kind of Lord of the Rings, all this power they have, and the machines are not impressed at all. They don't care. They have no fear. They don't care, and that. Everybody else would be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
The machines aren't afraid, and that's why it works. And like and then my favorite part was and then in the middle of this, Dooku's getting voodoo dolled, and he sends a urgent message out to Grievous, and Grievous in the middle of battle. Yeah, okay, all right, fine.
He's got like three people hanging from him.
He doesn't care, and it's like, all right, fine. Our mission has changed, and the machines, you hear them just boom, boom, boom. They just march on to the next one. They don't care. It doesn't matter, and it's fascinating as a human being, I suppose, to watch that difference between these humans who are using all the kind of humanistic mythology that we're used to understanding and feeling, and using the undead, using the spirit, using all these kind of spiritual forces, all this stuff, and technology doesn't give a damn.
New gods versus old gods.
Yeah, I guess it really struck me how that works, and Massacre to me is just really interesting. Bounty is also part of this arc. This is the one because Ventress has to, after this is destroyed, Ventress has to make a new home for herself. She's been abandoned so many times, as I was telling him, the whole show is all the Star Wars, the whole universe is about abandoned. Everybody's so abandoned all the time. The clones are abandoned. Everybody's abandoned, and she's abandoned again when she loses everybody. And by the time, so just find your way, do the best you can, basically find your way, and. In Bounty, she meets Boba and all that, but the big thing with Bounty is she is confronted with a moral question, and she actually does, for the most part, a moral thing. Because she knows what it's like to be abandoned and kidnapped and all that when she was a child, so she lets these people go, and on top of that, the old her wouldn't have, but also the old one would have taken all the money for the job. She doesn't. She takes her little reward that she's owed, and she goes back and gives out the rest to whoever goes that you take it. Because she realizes that this whole path of revenge and just grabbing everything you see in front of you, that doesn't work.
Doesn't lead to anything.
It leads to her being profoundly unhappy and no home, nothing. So she looks around. It's like this method I've been using for my whole life since my original master doesn't work. So maybe there's a third way. Maybe not as a Jedi, but there's another way, and maybe both are wrong or whatever. But she knows that those methods aren't working for her anymore. So she walks away, kind of in a way, saying, "She says, yeah, I've found my new," and she has. I'm not this person anymore because it doesn't help me. It doesn't help me, and she's right. Anyway, so I'm profoundly impressed with this arc. I don't think I've ever said that before. I've given 5s out before, but this probably deserves even more than that. Or in a way I can't with it glowing around 5 with glowing. But the 4 episodes back to back. Massacre, Bounty, Brothers, but it's probably the best 4 I've seen of the series. Probably the best 4 of the series back to back. It's 4 in a row, and they are marked, I think, almost together in a way because they are. The only time you see everything's got like slaves of the Republic or evil plans or witches of the mist. This is Massacre, Bounty, Brothers, Revenge. 4 words.
Straightforward.
They've got 4. Yeah. They have 3 words, sometimes 4 words to share some of these things in one title. Boom, 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 and it's all in red. So maybe it's all one arc. Maybe we're doing this wrong, but whatever. Anyway, so that's so I'm gonna do another one. But so I give it a 5 out of 5. I'm sorry it took so long, but it's actually worth talking about. It's a really good one. All right. I'm done.
You did like this episode.
No, you go. You have something to say.
No. I agree with everything you said. It's 5 out of 5. Right. I'm surprised they showed like a genocide of a cult in a kids TV show.
Well, again,
phenomenal. So
I
credit to them for doing that.
If you show if you're a 10-year-old and you let them watch this show, you're a criminal. Honestly,
no.
This show is not meant for any child to watch. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. No, you're a bad parent. How's that? Alrighty. There's one other thing I wanted to say, but I can't quite remember. I'm old. I forget things.
He'll remember in the next episode.
Well, hold on. Well, all right. Well, you take care. That's me. Goodbye.